Let's talk about CPA Gary. He is your dad's best friend. He has been a licensed CPA since 1991. And when you started your business, you knew that you were going to need some accounting and bookkeeping help, maybe help with filing your tax returns, and you went straight to CPA Gary. He sends super short and concise emails. He has no idea why you need so many accounts for profit first, whatever that means. And he misses the days of a handwritten general ledger, which if you are not in the accounting world, that is when we literally wrote debits and credits. I was not a part of that, but I did one project in college and I did not miss that. Anywho, CPA Gary is great at accounting and bookkeeping for brick and mortar businesses, farm and agriculture, manufacturing and distributions. He can run circles around me all day when it comes to those. But when it comes to what it takes for running an online business, he is not as well versed or experienced in working with online business owners. So why am I telling you about CPA Gary? Because it is actually imperative that your books are set up for success, for longevity for your business. This is not just a side thing that you're doing. You are putting your blood, sweat, and tears into this. And it is imperative that your books are clear, concise, simple, and easy to understand. So that's why we're doing this series called Bookkeeping for, and we are going to be talking about bookkeeping for brand and web designers, copywriters, educators. If you are none of those, drop your online business in the comments. I would love to make a video talking about bookkeeping for your specific business. So in this video, we're really going to be talking about the structure and the format of your profit and loss, as well as where to categorize specific transactions to your business. And I should also say that I have a lot of brand and web designers that I have as clients. I understand the type of business, the activity that you have going on. Do I know how to design things? Absolutely not. But do I 1000% respect and admire all of my brand and web designers? Yes. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first thing on your profit and loss is revenue. That's up top. So we'll see revenue up top, expenses in the middle, and profit at the bottom. So for your revenue, I like to split it up into different groups. The first one being one-to-one services, and the next one being digital products and education. And then you might have affiliate income in there too. So for one-to-one services, we put all of your different packages and service offerings. So you might have brand design on its own, brand plus web plus copywriting, if that is something that you do, and then you outsource to a copywriter or you write copy yourself, kudos to you, and maybe some template customization in there as well. I have an entire video on why it is so important to break your revenue out by service offerings so you can clearly see which service offerings are bringing you the most money or the least amount of money. Then in that next section, I like to have digital products and education. So you might have a template shop if you design Show It templates and you sell them to your audience, or maybe even on the Show It marketplace, as well as any courses that you have, any small digital products like tiny offers, or if you have a course or a mastermind where you are educating other brand and web designers. And then if you have this grouping, I also add it for affiliate income. If you're an affiliate for Flowdesk or Dubsado or any of the other fun affiliates, then we put that affiliate income in that grouping as well. All right, the next thing that is very specific to brand and web designers is that there is usually no or minimal sales tax. What I have usually seen from my designers is that they only charge sales tax if they are in the same state as their client, and that is only if the state that they're in requires you to collect sales tax for your specific service. So please, please, please look up the rules for your state and if your services are sales taxable. But from what I've seen, most of my designers do not need to charge sales tax based on where they're located. Then the next thing is direct cost. And usually the things that go here are junior designers and copywriters if you are outsourcing that piece of your package. So to recap everything so far, we have revenue up top broken down into one-to-one services, digital products and education, and affiliate income. And then we're also backing out outsourcing to either a junior designer or a copywriter. So we're left over with your gross profit. Basically, how much do you have left over to play with for your overhead expenses, which we will get into next. Expenses. First of all, the number one thing that is very specific to brand and web designers are your fonts and graphics. Y'all love your fonts. My fonts, Creative Market, I see it all the time. And truly, that is an expense that is necessary for you and your business, because the more that you have available to use as you are dreaming and creating, the more creative you truly can be. So some of my designers spend up to $200 a month on fonts. Some really can get away with like $50, but it is a line item that has to be its own line item. So you can see how much you're spending on it. Then you'll have all of the normal type expenses like bank fees or credit card processing fees like Stripe fees or PayPal or Honeybook. Then another category that I see all the time is training and education. This is for courses that you are purchasing, masterminds that you might be a part of, memberships that you might be a part of. This is really a good place to see how much you are investing in your business and your education to learn more and apply it to grow your business. Then one of the biggest sections of any online business owner's profit and loss is the software subscriptions expense category. And for this one, I actually made an entire list of the usual expenses that I see for my brand and web designers. We've got Adobe, we've got Flowdesk, either Dubsado or Honeybook are the usual CRMs of choice, Calendly, ClickUp, Dropbox, G Suite, Zoom, Loom, Canva, Showit, LastPass or 1Password, and Kajabi if you have a course. Software subscriptions really are one of the beefiest line items because we are doing all of our business online. We want automations, we want things to be great for our clients and their client experience, and it just makes it easier for us to do our job. So again, to recap, we've got revenue up top, your junior designers, you're backing them out in that kind of cost of goods sold section, and then your expenses, all of your overhead expenses that you have to pay, whether your clients are paying you or not, you have to pay for your software subscriptions. And then profit is on the bottom, which is the number one number that you need to know in your business month over month. All right, now let's talk about the structure of your business and typically how I see my brand and web designers are set up as a business. Usually they are set up as an LLC, and that just means that you are taking owner's draws. So you're transferring money from your business bank account to your personal bank account. Some brand designers really do grow over the course of a couple of years and find that they're starting to make more money and they want to elect to file as an S Corp. In layman's terms, this basically just means that you are now paying yourself a salary as the owner, and that salary is going to show up on your profit and loss as a true expense. In addition to that, your business is actually burdening half of the payroll tax expense. So the business is paying a portion of it and you're paying the rest of it as an employee. Overall, I really do see that my brand and web designers have a lower volume of transactions with high ticket service offerings. So you may have packages that are $3,000 or $4,000 and you're collecting payments from each client each month, and then you really just pay out your contractors and your software subscriptions. It's not a big lift to do your bookkeeping. Which brings me to my next point. When is the best time to hire a bookkeeper for a brand and web designer? Number one, immediately, because you don't understand it and you don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. You have to do your bookkeeping, whether you do it or you pay someone else to do it or your mother does it or CPA Gary does it. You have to do your bookkeeping. And if you don't understand it or don't want to do it, then outsource it. But I will say that a lot of designers can DIY their own books for a couple of years before they do decide to outsource it. And at that point, that tipping point is usually that it takes you too much time, or you have a lot of client work or a team to manage, and it's just one less thing that you don't want to have to think about. And then here is the one point in time that I can pinpoint that is the best time to hire a bookkeeper, and that is when you open a template shop or you are really starting to sell one-to-many instead of your one-to-one. Because now you're hopefully getting a higher volume of transactions coming in your Stripe and PayPal, and it is just really taking you too much time. I did have a brand and web designer who was doing one-to-one services, then opened a template shop, and she was like, I cannot enter all of these transactions on my spreadsheet anymore. It is definitely time for me to hire a bookkeeper. All right, that is it. I would love to know if this is how you structure and format your books as a brand and web designer, or if there's anything that you do differently. And if you have any specific questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments. I would love to help you find out how to categorize whatever transactions that you have and help you with your bookkeeping. If you would like for us to do your bookkeeping for you, we would love to help you out. All of our information is at madisondearly.com and it's linked below for you. See you next time.